Oh.
All right, hey guys, welcome to the video. This is video number 3 of our 3-part free training. This is the results videos. This is Kenny here. We have Cameron on the line as well.
Hello, everybody.
All right, we're going to quickly go through our Warrior Plus account, and then we're going to talk to one of our, I guess, mentorees. Yeah, there you go. I was going to say mentee, but I think that's an animal. So we're going to talk to one of our student partner friends that have done a launch with us and share his results with you as well. Because it's very important, you know, our results are good and all that, but we want to show you that we can take someone with no name, no experience, and no list and turn them into a monster in like 7 days. And that's what we're going to talk about in a couple minutes. But we're going to go through our stuff first, so...
Yeah, so we're just quickly into a Warrior Plus account here. This is the main Warrior Plus account that we use. We've been using it for a couple of years now, and we can go through all of these products, right? All the products that we've done. Some have done better than others, up and down, but as you can see, we pretty much have it down to the system. The biggest thing that we want to point out is here we have 61 total items showing for our Warrior Plus account. Now,
these are active items too, guys. These are items that are active.
Active items that are making us money basically on autopilot. Sometimes we'll have one make us, you know, a sale of $997. Sometimes we'll have a product that makes a sale for $11.05. But what we really want to show you when it all comes down to it, and again, we could go through each one of these, and we're not going to do that right now. But on average, we have sold 61 items, and conversion rate on average about 8%. Now, obviously, some of them are lower for when we do like high ticket coaching and things like that. And in total, we brought in over $528,000. Now, just a really quick, simple breakdown of what that actually equals. If you take the total income, so 528, 545, and we go ahead and divide that by the total items shown here, so we'll divide that by 61. That's over $8,664 per item. So that means whenever we put an item on this, whenever we create an item, we can, in general, expect to bring in at minimum $8,000.
Yep, and we do on average, I would say minimum one a month, probably more than that.
One a month. And one really important thing to remember is that just because Warrior Plus is showing this, this is not all of our training, right? We don't always use this for when we launch. There's other platforms that we can use. This doesn't even include all of our automated funnels that we have set up in building our email list. This doesn't include the value of our email list. This doesn't include some of our other high-ticket coaching that we offer through Infusionsoft or through JV Zoo or other partnerships that we have running with and other partners' accounts. This is only one simple account. This is our main account for one simple platform. Now imagine if we had 3 or 4 of these out and running at all times. What if you could actually see into our entire funnel, into all the funnels that we have on the internet, which would obviously somewhat dwarf just this one account.
Right, I was going to say that because Infusionsoft is much bigger than this and much more complicated than this, and we're not going to go into that because it's a freaking nightmare just to log into the goddamn thing. But you know, I would probably consider that our main source of when it comes to a shopping cart and stuff. That's really where most of our business comes from. But
and this doesn't even include our PayPal accounts or anything like this. Is just one simple segment, I guess, one simple avenue that we actually, and the easiest, to be honest with you, the easiest to show and one simple go of where we're actually pulling in income from our actual funnels that you see live.
Right, but you guys remember in the last video that I made about the funnels, I said that Warrior Plus is a different funnel from everything else because it's what we call ready-made traffic. Traffic's already there. And when we bring Lee in here in a minute, you'll hear him talk about why Warrior Plus is the best place to start. And one of the reasons that he brings up is because you don't need a list. You don't need to have a name. If you put together a good product and you have good sales copy, which we can teach you how to do, obviously, because we do it every day, the JVs naturally come to you, and they naturally they just do it every time. So why don't we bring him in and let him go through his story a little bit.
So what we're going to do, we'll go ahead and pause the video really quick, bring in Lee, and we'll see you on the other side. All right, so now, well, as you've seen kind of like what we actually do, we want to give you some real life proof of some students that we've actually gone through this entire process with. So Kenny and I now have Lee on the call. How's it going, Lee?
I'm good, Cam. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. And I'm actually now logged into Lee's Warrior Plus account. So this is going to be real life proof of what this system can actually do for those who actually implement this system exactly like Lee did. And I mean, Lee, you can tell better than we did, but you didn't have any sort of list. You didn't have any sort of product or anything. We've kind of helped you through all that. And then this is where you are now, essentially, right?
Yeah, I had absolutely no experience in the info product world anyway. You know, launching WSOs and things like that. So I had no list, you know, nothing at all. Started from complete scratch. Not even the product, really.
Right, and just between working with Kenny and I for the past couple months, and I know you were in a couple of our other trainings, and then we kind of just got together and started helping you put together some of your info products. And you already had some experience, but we started helping you actually put together the info products in the funnel that we know converts and putting it online.
Yeah, and you guys were instrumental in that because, you know, I didn't know how to navigate. You know, obviously I bought my fair share of WSOs, but I didn't know how to navigate it from the seller side. And then like things like, you know, sales copy and things like that. I mean, I've done it for my clients, my offline clients, but, you know, it's a different animal, much different breed. So when Kenny helped me with that, I was just blown away with the sales letter he came up with.
What do you think, Lee, was the hardest part of the whole thing that you did so far? Besides the stuff you're going on to now that we talked about before, what's the hardest thing in the launch, like the info launch?
I don't know, man. I mean, it wasn't hard. Nothing really was hard about it. It was more, you know, you just had to put the work in. You know, I had to crank out that product. You know, like you guys said, I shouldn't take, you know, months to do it. It should be done within days. Right. So it was just a matter of like just you know, doing it.
Right. So basically, just sitting down and just putting pen to paper, or you know, the voice to the video, or whatever, and just cranking it out.
Yeah, and you know, you guys have the outline too of how you guys structure your all your products. So I just followed that outline and then, you know, fleshed it out with the details of what I was trying to teach. And I think, honestly, I did a little bit more than I should have. You know, I gave too much information, but you know, I guess it worked out.
Right, and like what I see most of the times with the new people that we've helped, because obviously you're not the only one that we've been able to kind of guide through the system, but it's really just taking that next step, right? It's just taking the time to actually do the product, right? Taking the next step and actually putting it online, and then taking the next step of actually providing the support, where it's nothing really hard. It's just a bunch of things that you haven't really done yet.
Right, and here's the thing, you know, with your support and you know, you guys knowing how to navigate the system, because you guys obviously have been very successful in launching your product. So I was just kind of riding that flow. I mean, basically, what I told myself was, I'm going to make like a minimum of, I don't know, $3,000 or $5,000 on this thing. And all I have to do is just write something. That's all I have to do. So I just need to get off my butt and do it. And it was going to be worth that much money. And it ended up being worth much more than that.
Right. So I have a question. Seeing your first sale, that's a dumb question, because sales on Warrior Plus come in like instantly the second you launch the product. But when did you know that the product was going to be a success? Like, what was the point that you were like, okay, this really works and it's good?
Yeah, it was probably, well, that afternoon, and actually, this wasn't even a smooth launch, you know, because we launched it at like 1 a.m. and then I got like 7 sales in the morning, and then for a long time, for like 3 or 4 hours, my server was down. You remember that?
I remember that. Yeah, I do actually remember that.
Yeah. So I had 0 sales, and honestly, I was just freaking out. I was honestly freaking out. Like I was close to tears. I'm like, what have I done? And then I realized, you guys helped me realize, hey, your server's down, dude. So once I fixed that, and then, you know, there's more of a trickle coming in, and then that evening, just the sales started blowing up. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is going to start to work. And then the next day, I got even more sales, and that's kind of when I knew and confirmed that this is going to be good.
And we're talking. And you got WSO of the day. Sorry, Cam. You got WSO of the day on the second day or the third day?
I got on the 5th day.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And we're talking about when you're talking about the day that you knew was going to be successful. That later that day, you're talking about within like the first from 1 a.m. to let's say 1 o'clock that next day or that same day. So we're talking like 12, 15, 18 hours when you were actually bringing in more money, when you were actually making the sales, and we actually knew like, hey, yeah, this is going to work, right?
Yeah. Within like 18 hours, I was making those sales, and then within like 36 hours, it pretty much like almost doubled. I think I don't remember my exact numbers, but yeah, the sales hit pretty good on the next day, and that just I was blown away by that.
So let me ask you this: two very quick questions. Number one, the second one that you did, or whichever one that you're doing now, or whatever, that didn't have that server issue. Did you see a dramatic difference in the two of them? That's number one. And number two, from that first launch, are you now committed to doing this? Maybe not full time or whatever your situation is, but are you now committed to using that as your sole money making, internet venture?
Yeah. So in terms of the server, I mean, I learned my lesson there. So I made sure that everything was solidified for the next 2 products. So I've launched 3 products in total as of today. And so I made sure like all those little issues that could come up. And another issue that I had was in supporting the product, and I got really overwhelmed the first few days.
Yeah.
So that was something I made sure to take care of in the next couple of launches. Was make sure I have a back end system and my VA and things like that to help me with that. I mean, it's not absolutely necessary, but when you get that many sales, then it starts to bog you down. But then to answer your second question, yes, this is a no-brainer for me. I'm going to I have a plan to aggressively launch more products, probably like twice a month now, to make money online is my primary, internet venture. I have offline clients and things like that, of course, but I'm trying to migrate off of that. So this is the model that I'm going to use to help me migrate off of that and just become more of in the coaching realm as opposed to the consulting.
Well, the reason why I wanted to ask that question is just for the audience, because one of the biggest problems I think anyway that this audience has is that they jump from thing to thing to thing. They give it something a day and then they just quit it and they keep moving on and on. And I think if they want to be successful, they have to find one thing and stick with it. But in order to do that, they need to see results right away.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah. I get the same thing with the people who buy my stuff, and they're like, I get their feedback, and they're saying, I have shiny object. They know it too.
Yeah.
They know they have shiny object syndrome. But, and I always tell them, look, you got to stick with one thing, and this thing works. And I have proof that what I teach works too, like you guys. So it is a matter of, following a system and following the steps to the system. Because when you plug something into a system, it just works. That's how a system works. So definitely focus on this one thing. Yeah.
And so what we've done here is we're actually logged in as Lee for Warrior Plus here. And Lee, how long have you been doing this? You say about 3 months or so, like 90 days ish.
Yeah, it's 3 real months because I took about 5 weeks off to go on a European cruise, so I didn't launch any products then. But so my first launch was in March with you guys, and then I did a second launch in April, and then in May and June, pretty much I was out of the country, and then this next launch here was 2nd of July. So
that's really another good thing that you did. It's not. I think we sometimes forget that when we are successful, when we do make the type of money that we want from online marketing or internet marketing for whatever from your job, it's not meant to just go into your bank account and get bigger. You're meant to make that money so you can enjoy it. So it's kind of cool that you were able just to go on that cruise. and this is all, like I said, from about 90 days worth of work. So what I've done here is we're logged in here on the Warrior Plus homepage. So if it's a live page. If you go to the last 30 days, so these are all the people who made the most sales on the entire Warrior Plus platform in the last 30 days. And number one, as you can see, it's this celebrity endorsement. Number two is this $300 CPA every day. And number three is, as you can see, Paperboy Web, lock and load, done for you, high response email system. That is Lee's product. So within the first 90 days, you have to think about the hundreds and hundreds of product developers out here who use Warrior Plus. As you can see, Lee is actually the third most successful and has brought in the most income in the last 30 days.
Right, and I was able to actually accomplish that in within 6 days.
Within 6 days. And to top it all off, Lee didn't need any help from us. I mean, I know he sent a couple emails to me saying, hey, just so you know, I'm launching coming up this weekend. And I actually think for the first couple of days, we were too busy to even help mail for you. And you still didn't need it.
No, I didn't.
I mean,
would have been nice.
Yeah,
it would have been nice. But yeah, I mean, it was still huge, and you know, it was a lot of it. You know, you guys, what you guys taught me about, you know, just everything you taught me about launching, and putting the product together and everything else. This product I put together. Quite honestly, it took me a week to put together, and that was because I was being lazy. It would have only taken me like 3 days to put this whole thing together.
And this is just one product, right? This is just one offer. So what we're going to do here, we're from the Warrior Plus page, we're going to go to the vendor section, and this is where we actually can see some of the sales and results that just the last 2 days. So yesterday, $483.92. All completely on autopilot, right? You didn't do any type of launch yesterday. You didn't sell any products. You didn't do anything. Yeah, you still have $483.
Yeah, no recruiting affiliates, no nothing.
No, you just woke up and you went to bed and you still would have had $483. Today it went down all of $100 on autopilot without anything happening. You still brought in $304 today
on a Sunday.
On a Sunday.
Yeah, exactly.
Because not only does your product work, and not only do you deliver good information, but the funnel that you have in place, no matter what, when somebody comes across your page or whenever somebody thinks about your product, this funnel that we helped you kind of set up in place when we first started working with you still brings in hundreds of dollars per day. And then that's still with, once you actually do put some effort in, you do spend about that week's of work, this is what you get. This is the bottom one here on this bottom row. This is the first launch that Lee did. So exactly what we're going to be showing you in the auto income system. Lee took all the training. He had a couple of Skype sessions, and what he did was he took everything that we told him, he sat down, and he put it all together. And your very first launch, you made revenue at this point upwards of $16,670.
Oh, so that's right.
And that's it. That's really all it takes. Lee sat down, he put the effort in, and he was able to bring that amount of income in. Right? This last launch that he did, within the last couple of weeks, I think it's about 14 days old. As you can see, it's
about 11 days old.
Yep, so about 10 to 14 days old. About 2 weeks at the most that this product has been live on the internet. And as you can see, almost $30,000. Probably $30,000 within the next 2 or 3 days or so.
Yep, no doubt.
No doubt. 871 sales. And this is all because Lee simply took the information that we showed him how to do, and he was willing to implement it.
And you know what, too? Let's talk about the other one, too. Because the other one was terrible. Lee admitted that. The other one completely failed miserably.
Yep.
And what are the numbers? I can't see the screen. I'm still looking at the bean. So what are the numbers?
We got $3,100 essentially, highest conversion rate that he had, and he was also the top product of the day.
Right. So I launched that on a Friday, and I think I made 180 sales on that first day. And then that night, I was named the product of the day, and I was product of the day for the entire weekend for Saturday and Sunday.
Now, even though that wasn't a huge successful launch, you were still able to bring in, and you probably haven't brought in that many sales since then for that second launch, but you were still able to bring in $3,100 after how many hours of total work did that second product take you?
I mean, that only took a few days too.
No, I need it down to the hour. How many hours do you think you spent on that particular product?
Like work time.
Work time.
I don't know, probably like maybe, 15 to 18 hours.
So let's just go ahead and round it up. Let's say that you actually put in about 20 hours of work. Okay, so you made, on average, about $3,100. You divide that by 20. So roughly about $155 per hour. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, I never did that math, but yeah, that sounds pretty good.
So if somebody were to tell you that all you had to do was spend 20 hours over the next week actually applying all the information, or actually learning all the information we're about to show in the auto income system, and then applying it, and you would be able to make $155 if you absolutely did terrible. If it was the worst you could possibly do, it would be $155. Now let's take it to the other end. For your last product launch, about work time, again, how many hours did you put into it? The last one that we did, or you did yourself?
I'm sure it's about the same.
So about 20 hours?
Yeah, even less than that, but yeah, let's say 20.
Let's say 20. So I'm going to round down this time. I'm going to say you made $29,000 and you put about 20 hours of work in there. So for that last product launch, you made about $1,450 per hour.
So just to put that in perspective for the audience that's listening to this, the worst launch Lee ever did is like hiring a bad lawyer. Basically, I mean, that's what he's making, right? But the lawyer spent $100,000 for a piece of loose leaf to hang on his wall. Lee didn't spend anything. He just spent a little time doing a little work. The good product, the best one, is like hiring 3 of the best lawyers you can find in your city. And still, no loose leaf on the wall that costs $100,000. So if you just apply yourself and you do the stuff that we teach you to do, and you follow the steps, and you don't launch on a Friday night, you're good to go. That's the lesson learned.
Yeah.
And you know what? I mean, the fact of the matter is all the numbers look cool. You know, total in the last 90 days of work, probably 60 hours total of work. Brought in over almost $50,000. And with that, you were able to take a month off, go hang out on a European cruise. You were able to build up relationships with not only people that you were able to help with your systems. I know you also made partnerships with other people in your local area. I know that you've also been able to start building another stream of income for you and your family. And that's what this really enables everyone to do.
Yeah, what's crazy about this is that it's opened a lot of doors, and especially this last one, everybody takes notice. And, I've been on Facebook kind of pimping a little bit, but I mean, not really hard or not that much. I mean, there are these launch groups on Facebook that everybody puts their stats and their numbers and stuff. I don't do that. I'm not part of all that scene. But people, I got their attention, and people are friending me left and right. And, these are people who themselves have, quote unquote names in the internet marketing space. So, yeah, it's crazy the kind of doors that this thing can open.
Right. Well, Lee, listen, thanks for coming on and talk to us for a little bit. We'd love to share your story and keep rocking it out, man. Just keep doing it, guys, anytime.
All right. Thanks a lot, Lee.
All right, guys. So as you heard from Lee, all his stories, success, one launch was a disaster, but still made a lot of money. I just want to point again to, if you look at the number 3 spot, this is Lee that you just heard from. He's in number 3 in the last 30 days, and he's one of the top 5% of vendors on Warrior Plus. We're in the 1% range. He's in the 5% range. He's only doing it for 90 days, like you heard him say. So what we're going to be doing tomorrow night tonight at 1 a.m. So it's going to be Monday night, Tuesday morning, 1 a.m. We are going to be putting out a brand new training that's going to teach you how to do exactly what Lee did. And not only is it going to teach you how to do exactly what Lee did, but it's also going to teach you how to do it off of this platform. So you can use anything that you want, kind of like the funnel video I said yesterday. You want to do Warrior Plus, fine. You want to do other stuff, different thing, but you can also do it as well. We're going to be putting that together for you guys. It's going to be really, really low priced. It's going to be very cheap. I don't know do we know what the price is yet, Cameron? I don't know.
We don't know what the price is, but we can tell you that everybody who is listening to this video now and everybody who wants to, for the next 24 hours, I believe, once it goes on sale, so from Monday night / Tuesday morning to Tuesday morning / Wednesday night, we're going to actually have a 50% discount for the entire funnel. So for all the training that we have for this, the main offer and everything, it's going to be 50% off for our list only for the first 24 hours.
Right, and it's going to be, we don't know what the price is going to be yet, but we can tell you this. For you guys, with the discount, it's going to be under $10 for you guys with the discount.
Definitely. For your discount, the price is going to raise after the first 48 hours for everyone anyways, but for our list and for everybody watching this video, for everyone on our list, for the first 24 hours, you're going to have it for a discount. It's going to be under $10, and you might be able to get the entire funnel for that cheap as well.
And guys, I'll tell you this, I always say I hate to brag before I brag, so I'm going to brag a little about myself here for a second. The video I sent you guys yesterday, the pre-launch video, we'll call it what it is, that's what it is. The funnel video that was an hour long with the PDF attached to it is worth more than the $10 you're going to spend on this. I mean, it just is. We've been told that it's the best video we've ever put out. So, and when I was talking to Cameron before, I said to him, I did a pre-launch video before. It's an hour and 10 minutes long. It's about the funnel, and it's better than the training. And I really, truly believe it is. I mean, the training is extremely valuable. We're going to take you deeper into it. I'm going to walk you step by step, but just that video alone, is worth it. So I think everyone who's watching this should buy it. Click the button below this video if you want to get on the list. We'll send you the coupons and everything else. But to be honest with you, it's a course that's going to change your life, as you heard Lee say. And I think it's a course that's going to get you, if you're still stuck in the cycle of buying something, trying it, and then quitting it and all that, it's going to get you on a path of one direction. You know what I mean? Like the band, one direction. One simple focus where you stick to the same thing. And you don't have to worry about 5 boys jumping around and singing songs. So that's really what we're looking for. Like I said to Lee, is this the thing that you're going to stick with forever? And he's like, yeah, this is what it's going to be. You can be the same place. So stop the cycle of constantly buying stuff and trying and quitting and get into the one thing, selling information through a sales funnel. Automated, makes a ton of money, just like Lee said, and it's the one thing that you could do forever and not really have to worry about money or a lot of work really ever again.
And to be honest with you, I can tell you this. I don't know how many people, and I don't know who exactly it will be, but I can tell you for absolute certainty, if you heard what Lee said, it took him about 20 hours for each of his projects, which is about accurate. So let's say 20 hours, 4 hours per day, that's going to be about 5 days. And the time that it's going to take you or someone on this list, someone listening to this video or watching this video, someone who purchases this product, from the time that we actually give this product out and people start downloading it, it's going to take one person about 1 week from now, and they're going to make their first 5,000, make their first 10,000, make their first 20,000 online, all from just simply taking action now, picking up this training, and actually applying what they learned.
And I can guarantee you guys this. Everyone listening to this video right now, I can make you one guarantee. And that guarantee is that someone who buys this training is going to be on a call with me and Cameron, like Lee, giving their testimonial within a week from today. Because that's what it did. Listen, we create products in 2 days. We do. The longest process of it is waiting for the thing to get approved. It really is. We create products in 2 days. When you do it the way that we do it, it works every single time. And I don't have to worry about saying that. Every single time it works. Period. End of story. So we will have somebody on in the next 7 days talking about how they've had success with this. At least one person. And, you know, if you're sitting there at your computer staring at the screen, dozing off, watching this, let that be you. Get on the list. We'll send you the coupons. You get a discount. It's under $10. It's like a Starbucks and a donut. It's under $10. So you do that, and once you learn it, you never have to worry about it again because you can just keep doing the process over and over and over again, like Lee was saying in the call.
So that's it. Be on the lookout for the email from us within the next couple of hours. And on July 13th, July 14th, around 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, it will be live. What you'll have to do is you'll click the link, and it will still say the regular price, but once you actually click the buy button, you'll then start seeing the discount. It will be in there for everyone who buys through our links and our emails and who is watching this video now. If you have any questions, please let us know. You can reach us at our support email at mktgwithcameron@gmail.com. Thanks for watching.
Take care, guys.